Hi, I'm Victoria, a licensed esthetician and your host of your Besthetician podcast. This is Chris, my business partner and husband. Today's topic, we are going to talk about branding, what it is, and does it actually matter?
Yeah, so this is something that when we first started the business, I was like, this is priority number one, is branding, which I think you can go a little bit overboard on it or not fully understand what branding is. In the beginning for me, branding was just our colors and our fonts. And that was the most important, was we need to have the perfect colors and the perfect fonts, and then everyone would understand us and they would all come in and everyone would buy our services and you would be completely booked. But that's not what it is. And we learned this through trial. Yeah, we learned this through trial and error. I think branding is really important at the beginning of your business, solely of the fact that like it makes you excited when you start branding the colors and fonts and logo. I do think it is important because you start to treat your business more like a business, because you're like, wow, I have a logo. So I do think that going in the beginning and like building out this dream business that you've envisioned and that you want is important. But as you step into real life and real business and real clients walk in the doors, none of that stuff matters, to be completely honest. What? I was done. I was handing it over to you.
When people are finding you, you want it to be clear, you want it to be clean, and you want it to be simple and to the point, so that when somebody finds you, they know what to book for, they know what they're getting into,
and they know if they're a client for you. Sorry, I just want to make sure that was on one of those lists.
That's
too.
True.
But like they need to know that you're the esthetician for them. Mm-hmm. And I think the wording that you use, how you sell it, and how you say it, and how you present it is going to show somebody that's the esthetician for me. So I'd like to, I don't know if you want to finish there. I was going to have you go into the example of what we've used, our kind of slogan, and what people have said to you after hearing it.
Yeah. So I put in our bio, guiding you to glowing skin without makeup. So where that came from was I was trying to figure out what I wanted people to book me for when they came across my page. So guiding you to glowing skin without makeup was something that I studied what my clients were telling me of what they wanted. So that was something that I heard constantly. I want glowing skin without makeup. And I think that's because of society nowadays, is we want unfiltered, pretty glowing skin. So that
especially older women.
Yes, definitely.
Which is our clientele above
and obviously
30.
As we're getting, I think it's really important to speak to your clientele. So who you want to attract is what you want to target to. So I was going off of people that were in my practice that were my dream clientele of who I really wanted to see. So for me, no, you're fine. I was just going to say that for me, I want high-end clients. I want people that understand the value and they want to come every 4 to 6 weeks. They want to pay, they understand the value, and they're not complaining about prices. So that everything about my brand aligns to where it makes sense. Okay, I'm going to this person and this is what they charge, and you get what you pay for. So
yeah, it's funny. I was just thinking about, creating that slogan of, we had the guiding already. We wanted to be a guide, and our customers be the hero. I was really early on in the business, but we didn't know what we were guiding them to. It was just like, we're guiding you
in your skincare journey.
Yeah, exactly. And so we actually had a client that was leaving us a testimonial, and she said, it was 2 different people who left video testimonials that says, my skin is just glowing. I have no makeup on. And I sent it to a friend of mine who we go back and forth on business and marketing a lot. And he stopped it and he was like, that's it right there. Glowing skin without makeup. And of course, Victoria is using that already in conversations with clients, and they were saying it to her. But we realized at that point that, and she sat after we kind of recognized that's what it is. And she started listening to more clients going, that's exactly what I want. And when we leveraged that and started using it, you had people who booked because of that, right?
Yeah. And I think it's something that you've told me is that when even it's kind of cool to hear why your client booked with you. So Chris encouraged me to ask people, how did they find me? Why did they book with me? Because it really gives you a sense of what people are booking you for. Yeah. So for me, it was in the beginning, a lot of anti-aging, and I still do a ton of anti-aging, but I think that people were just drawn to our branding and what the message was. And when we first opened, like he said, it was, Skin by You. The meaning of that, for instance, is that I didn't want the business to be self-centered. I want it to be about the client. So I said that in in endless videos is you are the hero in your skincare journey and I'm here to guide you. So it just helped just really pinpoint what Skin by You is and just what it's all about and what people are wanting when they come to see me.
And that made clients feel really comfortable. You share with me what clients say all the time, and they see you and they feel comfortable. They don't feel like it's going to be like an ego contest or that you think you're better than anybody. And that's what our brand is. Our brand is that Victoria is, and it's who she is in real life. That's why, and I recommend it to everybody too. If your brand is more charismatic and bubbly and in people's face, then that's if that's who you are, then make that your brand as well, because people are going to be looking for that in you. And they're not looking for that in Victoria. They're looking for somebody who's a little more quiet, that's very loving and that's warm, and confident and premium. And those are the things that our clients, when they see our website and they come to our Instagram, they get those feelings. And we want our brand, and the brand encompasses from what our bio says, how Victoria posts on her story, the words we use in our captions, and then the colors is really kind of the simplest part out of all of it, because most people aren't coming because you use trendy colors, or fun. I mean, the fun colors I think can pop more than trendy, because if you are a little bit more out there, you can pop on social media specifically for people who are looking for that. I think you can go. Yeah, sorry.
I was just going to say that when I opened up Skin by You, I really wanted there to be a message. So tying that all together, obviously, but I think it's really important. There's a lot of great things and great people in this industry, but there's also a lot of, unfortunately, people who see you as competition or, just mean cattiness, if that makes sense. So I wanted to bring a different touch to the industry of, the client. So I just want people to feel loved at the end of the day. I want people to feel that it's a 50-50. Obviously, we all know that 80% is, the client, but 20% truly is Besthetician. And, obviously we guide them, but 80% is them doing the work at home. So that's where Skin by You comes from, because you're the hero. So just wanted to touch a little bit deeper into the branding of that. And
even with that wording brings a certain type of clientele as well, right? And then, diving into the brand more, we could talk about the way your room looks, and then even the prices of our services.
Definitely. So I definitely think it's good to have personality, character, when it comes to your branding. Nobody wants to not know who they're going to go see. You want to know a little bit, and you want personality to branding, of course, but I think it's really important to keep things clean if you're trying to attract good clients, in my opinion. For instance, my first location, I had great clients, but it was a lot more of random people coming because they thought it was cute, they thought it was pretty, they thought it was trendy, and that's because of my mural, and it was beautiful, it was fun. But as soon as I switched to a clean, truly premium look, I've gotten a whole different type of clientele. So you can, and I think that's something that we see constantly in the industry, is we see cutesy, we see colors, we see fun, and that's great. It does show personality, but like I said, if you want to grow your business and you don't want to work as much, if that makes sense, you want high-end services, you want to add value, of course, but I mean, me changing and actually being premium, I mean, it's changed everything. The type of clients that I have gotten are clients that understand the value.
We don't gotta search for them anymore. They come to us.
They see the location and they understand the value immediately, because they don't see crazy,
our brand doesn't make us fight for a client.
They don't see a crazy mural or anything like that on my page.
The client comes running to us now. And I think that is really important. I think and that goes back to like who your ideal clientele is, who you're selling to, and what type of services you want to do. And I do think there is a space for cutesy and trendy and fun, but you have to understand when you go into that space, the type of clientele you're going to get. And if you're just fine with that clientele, that's no problem. Like I think about waxers all the time because they go in and out. They get people in and out of the door within 15 minutes. And there's so many places that do waxing. One of the best ways to separate yourself is those really crazy fun colors and crazy brand and excitement. So when people are scrolling scrolling and there's 100 options, yours catches their eye. Where for us, the type of clientele that we want that are all over 30, they're looking for something, they're looking at our prices and they're looking for something exquisite, looking for something fancy, they're looking for something premium. And that's what we want everything to kind of come together. The website looks like that. It's simple, clean, straight to the point, and the Instagram is as well. The Instagram shows more brand, more you, because we can, but the website is a lot more just like, here's the prices, they're high. And to be honest, that's what it's crazy to me that we have some, services, $325 for a hydrofacial, and new clients are booking that first. That's your dream clientele. Your dream clientele is not hitting a consultation to come and like, well, what am I getting for $250? Our dream client is hitting and going, I want the most expensive thing you got, right?
I think branding is also the services of your names of your services. So not for instance, I used to have the Glow and Go, or, I don't know, not Glow and Go. It was just something very, very trendy, like, like no fuss, no fuzz. That was one of our that was our dermaplaning name. And at a certain point I was like, okay, if a 30 or 40-year-old woman came across that, they would be like, oh, this place is trendy, this isn't for me. So being very professional and being clean, even on my service names, I think that's very important too.
Speaking of that clientele and the service names as well. I mean, you are right. We did have we had the Glow and Go as well. Yeah. And we didn't want people that want to glow and go. We want people who want to glow and stay. There
was a certain point where I felt that I needed to run a special. I needed to cater towards every single client that could possibly come in the door. But when you get clients that come in, you quickly realize that you're not attracting your dream clientele. You're not attracting that. And they're just not for you. They can, go somewhere else. That's totally okay.
You're not for them either.
Yeah.
Which is a lose-lose.
And I honestly, I think that there is a lot of value in branding, and brand to however you feel is you, obviously. But I will say, if you're branding yourself premium, which I highly recommend, you are going to work way less and make way more. So when you are branding yourself, look long-term. Don't think of, how am I going to make my studio cute? How am I going to make my services cute as well, or stand out? Standing out is great, but think of what you want to be doing in 10 years. Are you going to still be serving the clientele that is going to be a long-term, you're going to be working like crazy and not making as much.
Yep. Yeah. And I think, like I said, I want to go back and hit the point one more time. You don't want to have to chase after your clients. You want them chasing after you. So when you're trying to be trendy and you're trying to be fun, you're going to have to constantly change things and be adaptive, and you're going to have to hunt down those clients because they're looking for the fun next cool thing, and you have to shove your way in front of them, where what we've learned and it's not like we're the geniuses, I've learned from smarter marketing people than we are, is that you want the clients running to you. You want to sit everything back. You want the brand, you want the serve, everything to be set in such a way that the clients come flooding in because you're exactly what they want. And that's what we've done now, right? Our website does that. Our Google reviews do that. Our service names does that. Where now we're sitting back and we post every day, but we don't get all of our clients off Instagram. We get a majority off Google these days. And that's sitting back with our feet up. The brand is what it is, and the clients come running to us.
Yeah, it's having a mutual relationship at the end of the day. If you think about it, your clients are, you create relationships with these people, and it is a long-term relationship. You have such a special connection with your client, and that's what makes the experience so unique. So, we have friendships that we don't vibe with. We have, just clients that aren't for us. So I think it's really important to see it as a long-term relationship, and you're going to be so much happier because people are not going to be giving you crap for your services. You're like, I'm just doing my job. I went to school for this, so you're going to have a healthy relationship at the end of the day with your clients. And I think that's really important, to not slave away and keep the joy in what you do. Definitely.
Yep. You lower your cancellations, you lower your last minute no-shows. We get far and few in between no-shows and cancellations. I can
confidently say that when we first opened, we had a handful of cancellations, and now I can't even name, I have two, but they're legitimate reasons, so it really does make a difference when you set yourself to a premium standard.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's all I got for that.
Yeah. So hopefully this episode was helpful about branding. We are so passionate about this topic. So if you have any other questions that we didn't touch base on, please comment below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.